Welcome back, boys, and today's video is going to be brought to you by ETS. They have been our boys from the beginning. They have helped out with every project you guys see on the channel, and they have been behind us since day one. So you're definitely want to stay tuned for today's video because holy crap, is that the RA? Yep, that sure is, and we got a whole pile of parts here, so definitely enjoy today's video, guys. Good morning, boys. Today I got a big treat for you. And to start the day off, first off, I'm going to talk about the shop video you guys just saw and what's coming with that. I will be updating you guys as soon as I know something. Right now, I am currently waiting on them to send the application over, and then we can start this process and going. Also, I wanted to let you guys know that those of you that have wanted the help, our website is up. We do have, our merch is on there, and I just went ahead and fully updated the website with a bunch of torque solution parts, a bunch of blocks. So be sure to check that out, and anything that goes on there definitely helps us out, and I appreciate it, guys. So today we got big surprises going for the RA, but first, I haven't started old Toothless here for about a week, so we're gonna fire her up. We're gonna grab coffee, even though we still don't have no third gear. That's all right. We're just gonna run down the street, go grab some coffee, because we're definitely gonna need it today. So let's fire this thing up, do a cold start for the boys. Ah. Very nice. Man, guys, just can't get enough of the Q300. Oh. Woo! It's doing pretty good. A little dip there, we'll have to sort out, but I might go spray this thing off too, because it is so dirty. Let's go grab some coffee, boys. Even if she is all toothless, missing third gear here, we got to give her a nice bath. And holy crap, these wipers suck. I forgot I still haven't replaced the wipers, so roast me in the comments, boys. Let's go blow dry this thing off, and then we'll grab some coffee. Ah, yeah, let's go. Still dries perfect, guys. There's really no issues. It's got to be like a shift fork or something. You can just drive this baby like stock. Out of my way, nerd. Now, you guys didn't think I was going to drive this thing and not get on it. I mean, come on. We got to get on it at least one time. We got all the other gears, so we should be good, right? Still got no third gear. Look at it. Doesn't go in. Johnny Tran is probably yelling at me right now. He told me not to drive it. Guess what, fool? I'm driving it, and she's still a ripper. Well, we'll find out she's still a ripper here in a moment. Trying to get some room for all this horsepower. According to Devin, 10,000 horsepower per wheel. Alright, let's see what she does here, guys. Oh, ripper, second gear. Oh, yeah. Well, at least I still got another gear to go on. Fourth gear. Alright. Not playing around. I'm gonna break this damn thing more. Now that we're back, this is gonna be the last time this thing fires up stock, guys. This thing, obviously you guys knew we were gonna mod it, and going a bit overboard with it, I would say. Like always, you guys know me, I'm terrible about that. We have a race day coming up. 4 days away, guys. 4 days. I'm gonna try to get this thing done today. I'll probably roll into tomorrow as well, but I'm really excited for this, guys. First, before we jump into that, I need to show you guys something that we had a subscriber send over, and You guys know him as Johnny Trans. Look at what he made us. This thing is literally amazing, guys. It goes the whole back of the garage. It is so clear too. Like, look how clear the picture of the cars are. This is crazy, guys. So thank you, Johnny Trans, for sending this over to us. This will be a nice addition to the new shop. I can't wait, guys. Cannot wait. So I'm gonna fire the old RA up here. We're gonna flip it around, and I think I'm gonna throw the tent up today. I don't know how hot it's gonna be, and we're gonna start getting to work on this thing. Obviously, you guys know this thing doesn't have any mods other than some Hot Boy stuff underneath the hood. So I'll show you guys before we start. I don't know, I'm probably not gonna show too much of the tear down process. I might just put it on a time lapse for you guys. Maybe if I could open this thing. So that's what it looks like as of right now. Just some Hot Boy stuff. So today we're gonna start by getting our battery off, and then we'll obviously, drain the coolant, start getting the intake manifold off. We'll tear the whole top of the motor down. We're gonna end up having to pull the motor actually out of this thing because we need to put a stronger clutch in it for where we're going, and then we'll still retain the stock engine. So let me get this thing fired up. We're gonna get it turned around and get our tent up. But first, you guys know we got to get a cold start for the boys. All right, move this thing around. I can't let it get too hot, then we'll have issues pulling it apart. Now that we got this thing turned around, I'm going to get all the parts laid out so I can show you what we're going to be putting on this thing. And the best part about this today, the wife thinks we're just putting taillights on the car. She has no clue we're about to freaking make this thing fast, guys. So this is going to be awesome to see her reaction. She has no clue. She's off at work. I really would like to get as far as we can today with this thing and getting it pretty much to where it looks like it's done, so that way we can get her reaction when she gets home. So that's going to leave us, I don't think I have my phone out here, I think it's about 9 o'clock right now. She's going to get home around 6. So let's see how far we can get today, and let's see her surprise. So I have everything laid out here for you guys. There is a couple things we're missing. One of those being an external wastegate Grimspeed up pipe with a 38mm wastegate and a down pipe. But other than that, everything's pretty much laid out here. Some of this actually might look recognizable to you guys because we had on the channel where we did a build for Billy. He had a 2018 STI, and stock motor made 484 wheel, and that was on the 85. Obviously it was on flex fuel, and we ran out of fuel system. Well, fast forward, Billy ended up selling the car, and a new person that has it decided to put it back to stock, and they're selling the car. So I went ahead and I was able to get the whole entire setup from Billy's car. Now let's go over what that is, guys. We have obviously the thing that's standing out here, an Ams Intake Manifold, and this has a set of IAG fuel rails on it. We have a set of 1050X injectors, and we have our torque solution fuel line kit that's already built. If you look here, I have an air motor regulator and a Cobb flex fuel kit, and I know it looks like a jumbled mess right now, but really the nice thing about this, guys, is I already built all these lines and I know how they work because I did them, so it's going to make this job so much easier. And in the background we have obviously an IAG AOS as a competition series. We have an ETS 5-inch intercooler, boys, so that's going to look amazing in there. And obviously the star of the hour, we have a 3-inch inlet FP green. This is the newest version, and it has a coated housing, a ported housing, and it's welded for external wastegate. So this thing is the best of the best that we can have in an FP green. It is a 10cm housing, guys, and we have this right here. So you guys saw me fight on Series Gray on the ETS header, and you guys are kind of giving them crap. Now take a step back, guys, because this is ETS's newest version header, and they went ahead and I'm sure they acknowledged the issues that they had with the old one that is almost impossible to get on after you run it. And this one is actually a slip joint header, guys. So now, if this being a slip joint header, we are now able to get this thing on with ease after it's been ran. So that's going to be a huge upgrade. And obviously these headers have been proven to work really well. So I think this is going to be a nice complement to this car and build. Obviously with where we're going on the car, we're going to want an equal length header because we are going to be pushing the limits of the stock engine. And seeing this, sorry, I almost fell over. Seeing just how strong this Type RA block is. So you guys seen we've had good luck with stock engines, and I have seen some of the comments where you guys are questioning the power numbers and if they're really making 500, how long they're going to last. So that's what this is actually going to be about, is putting this green on here, and we're going to take this thing to the track because we're going racing, and we're going to try to back up what we claim with a trap speed, because we all know you can't fudge a trap speed, guys. So I don't have any slicks for the car, so I don't think it's going to do anything ET wise to where it's super impressive, but that's all right, guys. We're going there for a trap speed, and the wife hasn't got the race this year, so if she can race this thing this year and have a good time, that's all I'm looking for, and to back up the power numbers that we have been claiming. So that's gonna be the exciting part about this, guys. You get to come along, and we are gonna be racing this thing. We're gonna literally probably, I'm pretty certain we're gonna drive this thing there 5 hours away, and then race it, and then drive home 5 hours back. So just to show you guys the reliability of it, I don't have a trailer open right now. I was thinking about putting a trailer out and then obviously put slicks on the car, and it just spirals, guys. I'm terrible at this. When it comes race day, you guys know I will do anything to make a car ready to go race, just because I don't like standing there watching. I like to be racing. So going on with our kit here, we have an ETS speed density. That means no mass sensor intake. This is a 3-inch inlet here. Well, intake, I should say. Then we have our intercooler piping, obviously, for everything. The one thing I'm let down is it has a blue tile blow-off valve. Normally I would like that, but everything on this car is a red accent. So maybe I will see if, I don't know if the white car or the, I know the black one does, if they want to trade for a blue one there. That way we can keep everything, because you can tell we have obviously red, and then a whole bunch of red in the engine bay. So that is going to be the top of the story today. Also, I told you it has 1050X injectors, and an AM 340 fuel pump is what this car used to run on, and we ran out of fuel system, guys. So keep in mind, if you are going to run a similar AMS intake, they flow more air, which means more air needs more fuel, and we run out of injector even sooner. So these being 1050s, normally you're going to run out of fuel on ethanol around 450 to 475 range on this AMS. You know, normally we have bumped up fuel pressure and gone further with stock intake manifolds and made the 500 wheel number, but we're out of fuel system at that point. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be putting a set of ID 2000cc injectors with this setup, and I'm also going to put a Walbro 450 in the stock hanger as well, so that way we have plenty of fuel to turn this thing up where I want to go. So what was the other thing I want to touch base on? Oh yes, this thing does have our custom 3-inch inlet. This was made by Ranchbuilt. You guys know and have probably seen this thing. It'll go in here just like so. You guys know, if you've been watching the channel forever, I hate 3-inch turbo FPs. Let me rephrase that. I don't like 3-inch inlet FPs, especially on stock intake manifold. There's just no point, guys. You need a hard inlet to use the actual full capabilities of the turbo, and the stock intake manifold just doesn't have enough room. So if you're going to be doing something like this, definitely are going to have to get an AMS and do a custom hard inlet here. That way we won't have any collapsing issues. So definitely, if you are looking into something like, let's say, an FP Black and an FP0 that aren't optioned in the smaller 2.4, which is probably right around that diameter there, then you're going to need to do an AMS to have it done correctly and make the true power of it, because you're going to run into issues otherwise. I promise you. You know, you can make it work, yes. Is it right? No. So you guys have heard me rant about it before, so I'm not going to go all the way in depth with that today. I do know this camera, I've already drained the battery somehow today, so I'm probably not going to show too much of the teardown process here. We're just going to get this thing up in the air, unhook our battery, and start draining our coolant system, start getting this thing all the way apart, and then I'll update you guys as we're going. Like I said, we got to pull the engine out of this thing and put an ACT clutch in it. So we're going to put an extreme duty street clutch that's still a full disc, should drive like stock still, but it should handle our extra torque that we're going to be needing, hopefully. And the reason why we're pulling the motor is because I'm going to have the top of this engine so torn down, guys. It's literally just going to be a bare lawn block in here. And at that point, we're just, what, 6 bolts away from pulling it out. So it'll be really easy to do that. It's just going to be a lot of work today. So this will be the last time this thing looks stock, guys. So get a good view at it. It's not going to look like this ever again. It might, I don't know, but not for quite some time probably. You guys know us all too well. I don't think I've ever put any of the cars back to stock on the channel, but I definitely have put them back to stock before, and we traded them and got newer ones. So let's get to work, guys. Enough talking, and
she want me to lock it down, but I told her to pass the key. You gotta slow it down, girl, you moving too fast for me. Nobody did it like this, so they wonder, they asking me. If I can slow it down, cause it's coming too fast for me. Baby, don't try it, just stop it. You should know that I got options. I be fly like I live in the cockpit. Mess around with the money, get drop kicked. Only one in the city to pop quick. Never cared about being your top 10. Got a house in the hills, can you top this? I came from where them boys do you top list. They get crazy around here in my section. All of my ops get to stepping. Know how long I had prayed for these blessings. Took my L's and turned them to lessons. I go take it, I'm not in the begging. If I'm breaking bread, it's only with the brethren. I need to top, cause that's where I'm heading. Yeah. She want me to lock it down, but I told her to pass the key. You gotta slow it down, girl, you moving too fast for me. Nobody did it like this, so they wonder, they asking me if I can slow it down, cause it's coming too fast for me. I came up from the bottom, now look at me now, they mad at me. I cannot slow it down, cause it's coming too fast for me. Nobody did it like this, so they wonder, they asking me if I can slow it down, cause it's coming too fast for me. Yeah, ooh. I'm moving faster than lightning. I can't close on my eyes, too excited. It's the fruit of what you get for trying. Don't be selling no more, I'm just buying. I got two of everything that you eyeing. Put my boots on and turn to a giant. This is fact, ain't no fictional writing. If I want to, I go right into hiding. Me and my lady somewhere on the island. I came up in a war zone where it's violent. Either end up a victim or a tyrant. Nobody did it like this, nobody ever. Told myself it would get better. Wrote it and meant every letter. Now we flood the city, it's never been wetter. She want me to lock it down, but I told her to pass the key. You gotta slow it down, girl, you moving too fast for me. Nobody did it like this, so they wonder, they asking me if I can slow it down, cause it's coming too fast for me. I came up from the bottom, now look at me now, they mad at me. I cannot slow it down, cause it's coming too fast for me. Nobody did it like this, so they wonder, they asking me if I can slow it down, cause it's coming too fast for me.
So here we have it, guys. Jumping ahead, I showed you a bit more than I actually thought I was going to, and it is a lot of work to move the camera around, get all the good views for you guys, but I definitely know you guys want to see the progress on this and see this. One thing I am going to show you guys is I'm going to show you the actual block number, because I'm sure there'll be someone in the comments that'll be like, oh, you put a built motor in it, it's not a stock motor. Well, this is for you boys. Let's see here. So numbers that we got on here, look at that. She's already engraved from the factory. Bader built dog BB. So we got all twos, and we have an 8585, but the number we're going to be looking at is right here, 113. Just remember that number. I'll show you guys, because obviously I am pulling the motor to put the clutch in, so I just don't want anyone to be like, oh, you're putting a built motor in the car. No, this is the original untouched Type RA engine in this car, and this is the same engine that they used from 2019 and up. They kind of dicked every freaking RA owner and took away their specialness, putting their RA engine in all the later cars. You guys know how I feel about them. They're all the same shit at the end of the day. We've made the same power on 15 STIs as you guys have seen. It's all the same thing at the end of the day. It just comes down to, obviously, the tune and the parts, and then the owner, how you drive it. That's how long it's going to last. You know, it depends. If you treat it like a race car, you're going to have race car problems. So just know that. I know a lot of you asked in the comments. But next steps here, what do we got to do? We got to get our engine mounts underneath the car. We need to take our pitch stop off. Obviously, since we're pulling this engine, I need to pull the starter out, and we need to get our little spoolie boy. Next up, we got to get our downpipe out of our way. Here, we got to get this heat shield off and downpipe. And if anybody of you want that downpipe, go ahead and comment down below, DM me something, because that is one thing, guys. We are going to be sharing one part. I know. I said I wasn't going to share parts between the cars anymore, and I'm doing really good. I mean, look, we have all this stuff right here, about almost every single piece for this car, but we got to share one part, and that's going to be our Q300. So I just don't have another one right now, and this thing has muffler deletes, and it's going to sound like ass with muffler deletes. So we are going to need take the Q300 off. That's the only part I'm taking from that damn thing, and that's pretty good, guys. We're making progress there. But I'm going to sell this downpipe. We're going to pick up a Q300. Other than that, for all the RA owners and, you know, the purists, I am keeping all the stock parts, guys. Yeah, I'm getting rid of the downpipe. I don't really care about that, but intake manifold, she's going to be going into storage just like that, and we will be keeping all the factory parts. And look who we got here. We got old boy, part timer. Haven't seen him in a hot minute. So Josh is rolling up. I'm going to continue working away here, get this downpipe off, get this motor out. I can't wait, guys, to get that new ETS header on. I think it's going to be a dream. Obviously, it's brand new, so it's going to go right on, but it's going to be a dream to work on anytime we have to pull this motor, or if we do have to. Maybe we'll never will have to. Maybe we'll go 100,000 miles. What's up, part-timer?
Oh, hey guys.
Oh, hey.
Long time no see.
Yeah, long time no see. I figure you hate us.
No.
Oh.
I figured you hate me.
Whatever. Well, I'm getting back to work and I'm going to catch up with King part-timer. No, Devin's part-timer. He's the one. Oh, it is finally time, guys. We got this thing ready to go. Gonna get this motor pulled out. She's all hooked up. There's nothing else holding it in. So we're gonna get this thing all pulled out of the car, and then we can get that stock clutch off it, which I think is gonna have quite a bit of wear, judging by how it felt. And then from there, we'll get our new ACT, new but used ACT Extreme Duty Street Clutch on here, and then we'll be throwing this thing right back in. So it's gonna be a quick job. Let's go ahead, grab this thing out. Oh yeah, dude, look at new hammered.
Wow.
Yeah, fucking sweet. Dog. Hammered.
Yeah.
Look at that thing. Fucking
She got hot, huh?
Well, good thing we're doing this, boys, because, well, this thing definitely got hot, and this clutch disc is at the end of its life. This thing is done. So, good thing we went ahead and just pulled it out. I knew I could feel it by the pedal, and this thing definitely needed a new clutch. So, that is a good thing we're doing that. Dan, I hate you right now. No, we're already going to do a clutch, but I'm definitely going to be giving you some shit the next time I come out there for that. So, now the next thing up, we can get our header off. I already loosened all the bolts. Just going to pull the up pipe off with it. And then, like I said, we can continue to delete our spoolie boy over here. We can pull that thing off, get those off the back of the head, get some plates on there, and this thing is ready to go back into the car. So I'm gonna knock that out real quick. Once I get the parts on, I will show you guys, and we'll drop this thing back in, and then it's lunchtime. We'll go get some lunch. Hell yeah. There we have it, guys. We got our manifold all off in one piece, as you can tell right there, because that's gonna be going in storage. We're not gonna be using any of that. And then we have our new to us, but used to us, ACT Extreme Duty Street Clutch, full disc here, so that'll still drive like stock. And we got our spoolie boy deletes on, so that way we can get the thing back in the car. So that's what we're gonna do now. We're gonna get this thing tossed back in the car, and then it's lunchtime, finally. Dang good progress, guys. We just might have this thing far enough to frickin' trick the wife tonight. So let me go grab a new battery for the camera, and we'll get this thing back in. Now it is finally time to put this new ETS V2. This is a max flow header. This thing should be a piece of cake to get on, and forever be that way, guys, because we have a slip joint here that all of you said that they should have, and they have done that. So this is their newest version, guys, that you can get on their website. This thing has been proven to make some good power, and I'm excited to put this on because this is the first time I put one of these on an FP Green setup like this. So I'm excited to report back how it does versus our Perrin one. And then obviously when we do get the dyno, then we'll be able to show, you know, back to back and show the differences with headers. I think that's gonna be the best thing, and the really cool thing about it is see, you know, the difference in spool and difference through power. Me and Steve have done that before on that dyno, and we found that the Perrin V2 just seemed to be one of the best headers on the market. So I'm excited to work with this ETS header. I haven't actually got a chance to show this back to back. Before we used Killer Bees headers, which are awesome as well, but the Perrin did spool faster and did outpower the Killer Bee before, so that's why you guys see us use those so much. But I'm excited to work with ETS on this header and try this out and see, you know, all the benefits, everything like this. We already used this on Travis's car and it works amazing. Car has obviously made power. It's trapped 154 miles an hour with that slipping clutch, and it showed on the virtual dyno it made 1,009 wheel. So I already know this thing will make some power. Definitely excited to see how it does with a smaller setup like this and something more relatable to you guys. So let's go ahead and throw the scene on the car. We should have an easy time getting this on because obviously one, it's brand new, and two, we have a slip joint. So much better, literally right on. Oh man, such a nice difference compared to what we were fighting with before. There we have it, guys. We got that new ETS header all installed, and as you saw, that thing was piece of cake to get on. That thing was so easy so much better a design. Excited to see how this thing flows, how much earlier this thing spools. I'm just really excited. So thank you guys over at ETS for this manifold and supporting the channel like they always have done. That is one thing they helped out with on here with the RA. Knew we were going to be building this thing, so we got one of their headers. Excited to see how this thing does. So I'm going to go ahead and keep on trucking away here and keep on going on this, so that way we can get going. You'll see in the background we got Anthony's. This is Kittrick's old car up in the air. I got Josh over here starting to pull this thing apart because I am going to be buying his catless NVIDIA downpipe and the Grimspeed external wastegate from him, and we need to start getting this thing prepped anyways for its new motor build that you guys are going to be seeing on the channel. So this thing is going to be in the background. He's getting this thing up in the air for me, and we are knocking that out at the same time. So again, you guys will be seeing Anthony's build soon, and thank you, Anthony, for getting me the parts that we need for this. So that will help him out, helps me out, helps the RA out, all around happy. So I'm going to continue working in the background, put this thing back on the charger because it is dying. I'm going to try to get as far as I can right now, and I think we got about 2 to 3 hours before the wife gets home, so definitely going to keep pushing to try to get this thing together the most we can. Now, as we've been making some progress here, I got the regulator mounted up over there. It is still loose, so I'm still going to have to tighten that up. Obviously, we have the AOS all connected here. I don't remember where we were at with the last update, but I think I showed you that. But we got the AOS all mounted up. Everything's pretty much ran. I got the fuel lines ran. Flex fuel is mounted, and I just obviously still need to take care of the wiring on there. But I went ahead, and since I figured this thing's probably still on the original plugs, and they probably never been changed, I picked up a brand new set today. Obviously, you guys know we go 2019 STI plugs. There is the part number right there for those of you that need it. They are factory 1 step colder, so we're going to be putting some new plugs in here. And we got obviously a OEM oil filter, and since you boys know we're going to be sending it, we are going to change the oil. I know it was just changed at the dealer, but we're going to come onto the shelf here and we're going to grab some of this, our VR1 1030, and we're going to put that in old girl. We're going to change the oil, so that way I know that she should survive our day. Shouldn't be any issues, but you know I get greedy. So Josh is making progress over there. Bad news, Anthony, I thought you had a NVIDIA catless downpipe, but you got a Cobb catted downpipe, and these things neck down right there. So I think I'm gonna pick out of the two. I have two. We have to take this Cobb one, or we could take Valentine's catted NVIDIA one. So we're gonna be EPA friendly here, guys. That is gonna hold us back. I have known that that starts to hold you back when we really start to push the limits of these stock location turbos. I would prefer it to be catless for what we're trying to do, but that's what we got, so that's what we're gonna run. I did message over to see about Billy's old car to see if he still had that downpipe off of that car, but I haven't heard back. So if he doesn't, then we're just gonna use the NVIDIA catted one. One thing to note with those is if you have a tile 44 external wastegate, that's not going to clear, guys. This will have a 38, so it should clear just fine because that's what that car had as well, and that's what we'll be running. I think we're going to run into some back pressure issues, but hey, it might surprise us. On Justin's car, it did surprise us a lot. He has a Manley Performance catted downpipe, and that thing was a beauty. That thing made tons of power. So, you know, maybe that's something that we look into in the future. But how goes it here, bud?
It's going.
Almost got her out.
Yeah, it's almost out.
Almost got her out.
Another bolts.
And then we'll have the turb ski off there. We'll get the up pipe out of there. We can start putting this thing together. Like I said, we're pretty much close right now. I'm gonna go ahead and get these spark plugs thrown in here, and then I might go ahead and put the AC belt on and get the front engine together and put the radiator in. It just makes it harder for later when I'm working on this thing. But we'll see where he's at and where I'm at, and we'll kind of decide from there. Here we are, guys. We're making some really good progress. Went ahead and Josh got that external wastegate up pipe off, and as you can see, it is already down there. And we do have our FP green turbo on here as well. This thing is looking awesome, and thankfully we have done this before the wife has gotten home. I did get a text that she is on her way home like normal, so I know she's gonna be here any moment. And we're not as far as I'd like to be, but we are a lot further than where we started today. And just as I'm freaking talking about it, look who's pulling up. Oh boy, she is gonna be like, why the hell is the car in the air? Why am I getting a glare already? In front of Gray. You see, I haven't changed the taillights today. And that was the one thing I was supposed to do. So we'll see how this goes. Because I told her, I promised I wasn't going to go overboard. But she thought we were just going to tune the car and go to IFO. And if she knows me by now, that obviously is not the case. Oh no. Oh no, look at it. She's got to park big Burpa. Come on. Unless she's just going to park there. I don't know what she's doing. I'll go ahead and wait. What the? Hi. So, problem. I didn't get to the taillights today.
That's the only thing you were supposed to do today.
Well, I didn't do them. But we tuned it.
On what?
Stock.
Liar.
What are you talking about? It's still in the air just for looks. Like it's launching. Don't mind every single part everywhere.
What'd you do?
The thing's stripped. Part out. You see, bud, while you're sleeping, I went and bought some parts. So.
Why?
I mean, why? You're the most quiet you've ever been. Concerned.
Very tired.
Because we're trying to party.
What are you trying to do with it?
We're trying to go nines.
I was supposed to get all Grace parts.
Oh. Well, you see, we delayed that with little green girl here.
She looks tiny.
Wow. You know, that's a big turbo upgrade to a lot there, bud.
Oh. What are you trying to do with it?
We're trying to go fast. We're trying to prove our 500 wheel on a stock motor.
What are you all doing besides the turbo?
Oh, everything.
What else did you buy?
We pulled the motor today
Why?
to put a new clutch in it.
That clutch was terrible.
Literally, it's junk. It's so bad. You got a best friend over there. Yeah. And we put a new clutch in her. We put a nice header on her. Ooh. We put an external wastegate on it, up your green, a full fuel system, an intake manifold, a front mount, an intake, a flex fuel kit,
Joshua.
Injectors, an ALS, speed density, just about everything you can do. Are you ready to party or what? Because I'm ready to party.
Jesus criminy. But no taillights.
No taillights, no. So if you want to grab those and start doing that, that'd be great.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I'm going to continue to work. Well, at least I didn't get yelled at. Definitely went and got parts last night while she was sleeping. And it'll look very pretty. And that's all you care about. You think the previous owner is going to kill me or not?
I don't care.
Oh, well then. Well, guys, I'm going to get back to work here. And I'm sure as soon as I click stop on this camera, I'm going to get my ass chewed over here. But...
Rotated?
Hmm?
Will it be all rotated?
Does that look rotated?
But everything.
What's everything?
The front mount?
What's rotated out of front mount, bud?
That doesn't look very rotated.
No, that's stock.
Yeah, so not rotated.
No,
But front mount?
but a front mount.
That's pretty.
See, you're sounding a lot like Bobby right now.
Front mounts are pretty. They're ugly without front mounts.
We're about to cut up a RA girl.
So what manifold?
Ams.
Jesus Christ.
Full race car.
Could have had the blue one.
Blue doesn't go with anything on here, bud. I don't know what's going on. Have you been taking notes from Chandler? Being colorblind?
It was pretty. That's rude.
He's gonna kill me right now. No, everything's red on here. Look at red strut bar I cleared somehow. Red AOS. Red fuel rails, red intake manifold, red regulator, red hot boy stuff.
You wanna know what the worst color is?
What's that?
Red.
Well then, looks like I inherited another car. She can have the blue one over there on gray. It's got a blue blow-off valve.
Gray does?
This does.
Oh.
Unfortunately.
Your color scheming?
No, do not start. I thought it was red. In my pictures it was red. He had an eBay one. Then he bought a real one, and that was blue. So, I'm gonna get back to work. I got a lot to do. Josh is deciding, contemplating life over there, what he wants to do.
No.
And this will probably be a 2-part video for you guys too. I'm not sure when I'm gonna end it out because obviously I'm not gonna finish this today, tonight, today, one of those. So yeah, I don't know where I'll end it out. I'll definitely let you guys know, but I'm hoping to. I want to get the downpipe on, but right now we have it up in the air. We might go buy and a video catalyst downpipe because everything we have here is EPA related.
Have you fed the dogs?
Yeah, they've been fed. They're having a heart attack in there though.
Yeah, they are.
You better go say hi.
Like you neglected them all day.
They're old. You know what old dogs do? They sleep all day. Very good life. You see he has a nice fluffy bed. Can't even speak because, well, I have mouth issues. So, I'm getting back to work. Pretty surprised I didn't get my ass chewed. Meanwhile, she's back here doing the job I was supposed to do today. She's back here doing the taillights. That's how you know you married the right wife, because she's just accepting of everything.
No, I'm still processing everything.
What are you doing? Taillight mods.
I need the bolts.
Well, you just gotta get a wrench back there is all, and you need a flathead to like pry those things off. Give me 2 minutes. I'll come pry those off, otherwise we'll salvage title this thing. So, meanwhile, while she's back there, got some OEM gaskets and a really fucked up glove. And we got our dongle dick on the turbo. So, here's a Ranchbuilt pipe. This thing was polished before, as you guys saw on the first part of this thing, but I painted her black because, well, the polish was gonna be really out of place. I think it's a nice touch. What do you think?
Yeah, it looks great.
Looks awesome. So we got our custom mod here, and that's just the hose on there. This thing bent over a little bit. Everything clears each other. Everything fits. Clears perfectly. Look at that. This thing has clearance everywhere for days. This is what you need. If you have a 3-inch inlet turbo and you want all its power, definitely need one of these. I'm working right now with Ranchbuilt to do some jigs and actually offer these on the website, because as you can tell, it's a pretty straightforward piece of pipe here, and if I can offer these to you guys with a special coupler, which I think is now turned, it's an HPS offset coupler, as you can tell, maybe up here, and the dog's freaking out. So you can tell it's offset, which makes this really nice. It clears everything. So we're gonna grab our intake manifold here and put that thing on and get it bolted down. This thing's gonna really start looking like a car again. It's like you never would have known.
I would have known.
Oh, we're getting a phone call. Gotta go. Well, it's beginning to get dark, so I'm gonna wrap this up for today. I need to get editing this video for you guys anyways, the stick of our daily uploads. So you guys are gonna have to stay tuned for tomorrow, and hopefully tomorrow means first startup on this thing. I really wanted to do it today, but this is a lot to do in one day, especially when you have to pull the engine out and do the clutch on it too. So it definitely is a ton of work, and I'm trying to make it look the best that we can. So guys, we're gonna have to wrap this up today. I'm still gonna do a few odds and ends here before it gets completely dark, and then after that we'll have to pick this up in the morning. So I'll see you guys in the morning.
Living life up in the fast lane. Hey. Living life up in the fast lane. And I ain't slowing down, I ain't slowing down, I ain't slowing down. Living life up in the fast lane. Pedal to the ground, pedal to the ground, pedal to the ground. Living life up in the fast lane. Life, though you lemons, you just put them in Coronas. Coronas, Coronas. I've been working, I need that advance with the bonus. The bonus, the bonus. Ain't no thoughts about tomorrow, I'm just living in the moment. The moment, the moment. Full tank of gas and 200 on the dash, bitch, I'm zoning. I'm zoning, I'm zoning, fast lane. Living life up in the fast lane. Hey. Living life up in the fast lane. And I ain't slowing down, I ain't slowing down, I ain't slowing down. Living life up in the fast lane. Pedal to the ground, pedal to the ground, pedal to the ground.